Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to talk about the newest mini 5-pan palette from Natasha Denona, the Mini Glam. It retails for $30 Canadian on the Sephora website, and as I said, you're getting 5 shades for that. So let's dive straight into it. There is a tutorial on this look coming up later in this video, but I just wanted to walk you through the shades and my thoughts on it, and then we'll get into the eye look. So as you can see, this is a very neutral, leaning towards cool toned palette. It is what I would consider to be a basic bitch kind of palette, but you know what? Most days, I am that basic bitch. I really am. I love colorful eyeshadows, we all know this, but on a day-to-day basis, I really appreciate the hell out of a palette like this where I don't have to think about it. Everything comes together. Every look that I create with it is just nice and polished, and it just performs beautifully. This one is right up there with the Mini Gold in terms of the performance value of it. I have had issues in the past with these mini 5-pan palettes where some of them haven't performed quite as well as I would want them to. In fact, I've even returned one, possibly 2 of them. I think just one. At any rate, I've returned at least one in the past. These shadows are beautiful. The mattes are pigmented but soft and blendable. The shimmers have a lot of impact to them. On my lid, you will see a demonstration for this eye look coming up in just a few moments, but on my lid, I didn't even use any setting spray to amp up the metallicness of these foiled shadows, and they're just beautiful. And I have no complaints about the longevity of the shadows either. At the end of the day, the shimmers are a little bit more muted than they are when you first apply them, but they haven't disappeared completely. There's no sort of glitter specks or anything like that that transfer down onto your cheeks. The colors don't all blend together into one just big mush of color on your eyes. Everything remains distinct. It's just a little bit toned down from what it was upon fresh application. That is not a complaint as far as I'm concerned, because I expect that after 8 to 10 hours of wear, I expect that my eyeshadow is going to show a certain amount of wear. Honestly, if I had to rank the 2 of them between the Mini Glam and the Mini Gold, I would have a really hard time doing that. I don't know that I could really distinguish one from the other, and we all know how much I love the Mini Gold. I think if you're looking for something not quite so basic, the Mini Gold is the one to go for because it has those greener tones to it. So there's something just a little bit more unique and creative in terms of the color story with this one. However, if you do just want a basic, everyday, no muss, no fuss kind of palette, the Mini Glam is where it is at. I actually kind of hope that she comes out with a full-size Glam palette because my neutral loving ass would adore that. I never thought that I would refer to myself as a neutral loving person. I never really did. But I've got there. I've evolved. My tastes have changed. I will always love colorful eyeshadow, but like I said, on a day-to-day basis, I just want something simple yet beautiful, and this gets it done. All right, so before we get into the eye tutorial, let's do some swatches just so you can see what these shades look like. I will say the swatches are really not all that misleading from brush application. The brush application is going to be a little bit more subtle, obviously, but these shades don't perform drastically different between finger swatches and actually applying them with a brush and blending them out. I will also say for anybody who's new to my channel that when I do finger swatches in any of my videos, unless I say specifically otherwise, I don't use any primer on my arm. I run my finger around the pan 2-3 times just to pick up product, and then I will do a swipe down. With matte shades, sometimes I will sort of run my finger up and down just a couple of times just to even out the pigmentation, but I don't reach back into the pan and I don't build them up artificially. Okay, let's do this. The first shade is Golden Flesh. The next one is Harlow. I don't know how to say that. The next one is Anjo, I believe. Up next is Seed. And then the last one, if I can swatch with my thumb, is the shade Faye. As you can see with the swatches, there's really no patchiness going on there. Even with those matte shades, I find matte shades don't always finger swatch nicely, and that's why sometimes I kind of have to rub up and down. As you saw, this was just one swipe down, and there is even pigmentation throughout the swatch. Now, one thing that I did not take the time to do, and I apologize, however, hear me out, I did not look up all of her other previously existing full-size palettes to see if any of these shades are repeat shades. However, if you have any of her full-size palettes, you could look that up quite easily, because then you would know what shades you already have and you're not having to look up a million other palettes to determine. So that's my excuse. That's why I didn't do it. Really, I'm just being lazy. But she has a multitude of larger sized palettes, and frankly, I just did not want to go through them all. Sorry. All right, and on that, I'm a lazy ass person note, let's get into the eye tutorial. Here we go.
I will get close to your heartache if you wanna open your door. I'm feeling kinda lost when your mind is hiding whatever that is choking your chest. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind, now I'm here by your side. So let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. You won't get closer to me if you won't open your door. If that's what you want, then baby, try to believe me when I say that you can tell me anything. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind, now I'm here by your side. So let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind, now I'm here by your side. Let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure.
All right, and those are all 5 of the shadows in action. Now I will say that this is the first time that I have used that middle shimmery brown shade in the crease, and I really don't have any regrets with that. It is shimmery, but it's not overpowering, and it doesn't look odd blended into the crease. Sometimes shimmers, I don't really like them in the crease. This one, I think there's enough of that brown base pigmentation that the shimmer really isn't all that distracting, and you really can't even see that shimmery element to it. So overall, I'm really happy with this eye look. I'm absolutely thrilled with this palette. I'm very happy with this purchase. I hope that Natasha Denona continues to put out these mini palettes because I think they're just an excellent price point for the amount of value that you're getting out of them and for the quality of the shadows contained in them for the most part. There is a little bit of a risk in buying these mini palettes because they haven't always performed, although I am finding that with the release, like the recent releases, they are far more consistent in terms of their quality. So hopefully that will continue into the future. I would love to see some like jewel toned palettes from her. I would love to see some like rich emerald and Kelly greens, some vibrant purples. I'd love to see her incorporate some more colorful options into these palettes. Although, as I said earlier, these neutral options are right up my alley, especially for the work week. All right, I've got nothing more to say about this palette. I just wanted to get this review up because I know this is a fairly new release, and because there has been some minor inconsistencies in the past in terms of quality, I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys in case you are curious about this palette and interested in picking it up. So there we go, mission accomplished. I am a fan. There we have it. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now. Barrie. Sorry, my husband's being a perv. Although, if I'm being honest, I started it. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I love it. I do. I love it. Fuck, why am I such a disaster?
Unfortunately, looking at the bodies, they know that these two women suffered terribly at the hands of whoever murdered them.
Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car.